Would you rather spend a Friday night at a big party or at home with your favorite movie?
Ooh, that's a great question to start with, Melody. For me, it's easy. A big party, absolutely.
See, I knew you'd say that. And for me, it's the opposite. A cozy night at home with a movie and maybe some popcorn. That's my perfect Friday.
We are total opposites, and that's actually what we're talking about today on Language Flow. It's all about personality.
Exactly. Your personality is, well, it's what makes you you. It's the unique combination of how you think, feel, and act. And it's not just black and white. Today, we're focusing on two of the most well-known personality types, introverts and extroverts. But it's important to remember that it's a spectrum. Most people have a little bit of both.
That's a great point. It's not like you're 100% one or the other, but we all tend to lean one way. And as you can probably guess from my answer, I lean very heavily towards the extrovert side.
And I am the introvert. So, in this episode, we're going to explore what these words really mean and what it looks like in daily life. We'll talk about social situations, making friends, how we get our energy, and even how it can affect our work and hobbies.
And we want you to think about yourself too. Which way do you lean? Or maybe you're somewhere in the middle. So as you listen, keep that first question in mind. Party or movie night? Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. Alex, since you're the expert extrovert, what does the word extrovert actually mean?
I'd love to explain. So an extrovert is a person who gets their energy from being around other people. Being social, talking, sharing ideas, that makes me feel alive and energized. If I go to a party, I leave feeling more energetic than when I arrived. It's like my battery gets charged by social interaction.
That makes sense. It's all about energy. And an introvert is the opposite. I get my energy from spending time alone.
Right.
Being in a big group can be fun for a while, but it definitely drains my energy. After a party, I often feel exhausted, even if I had a good time. That feeling is sometimes called an introvert hangover. It's not from alcohol, it's from too much socializing. To recharge, I need quiet time by myself, maybe reading a book, listening to music, or just relaxing.
An introvert hangover. I've never heard that before, but it makes a lot of sense. So, being an introvert doesn't mean you are shy. That's a common mistake people make.
That's a great point. No, not at all. Shyness is about feeling nervous or afraid in social situations. An extrovert can be shy, and an introvert can be very confident. I'm not shy. I enjoy talking to people, but I just need to balance my social time with alone time to feel good. It's about managing my energy.
And what about the people in the middle? We mentioned that it's a spectrum. What do we call them? Okay, that's a very clear explanation. So we have extroverts who get energy from people, introverts who get energy from being alone, and ambiverts who are somewhere in the middle.
Exactly. What about you, our listeners? Does one of these sound more like you? Let's talk about some more real-life situations.
Social gatherings, parties. For me, I love walking into a room full of people. It's exciting. I can talk to anyone about anything. I enjoy small talk because it can lead to bigger conversations.
See, I really dislike small talk. It feels a bit fake to me sometimes. For me, when I go to a party, I usually look for a small group of people or maybe just one person I know. I prefer deeper conversations with one or two people instead of small talk with 20 people. If I can't find that, I'll probably just hang out with the host's cat or dog.
The classic introvert move, making friends with the pet. I get it. And how about making new friends? I find it pretty easy to start a conversation with a stranger. It's fun. I have a lot of friends and acquaintances.
For me, it's a bit different. I don't make new friends every day. I tend to have a smaller circle of close friends. It takes time for me to feel comfortable with someone and really open up, but those friendships are very strong.
So, quality over quantity.
Exactly. It's about feeling comfortable. That feeling of safety and trust is really important for me in a friendship.
Let's talk about hobbies. I imagine our preferences show up there too. What kind of things do you do for fun? That's a really good point. friendships are different for everyone. Here's a question for our listeners. Is it easy or difficult for you to make new friends?
I have a funny story. One time, I went to a big work event. There were hundreds of people. I was trying my best to be social.
Mm-hmm.
But after about an hour, I felt so drained. I found a quiet corner and I pretended to be very busy on my phone just so I could have 5 minutes of peace.
Oh, I have never done that. For me at a big event, I'm like a bee flying from flower to flower. I want to talk to everyone, hear all the stories. I get my energy from that buzz. If I'm quiet for too long, people might think something is wrong with me.
See? So different. What about public speaking, like giving a presentation at work or school? How does that feel for you?
Surprisingly, I think this is something many people find difficult, both introverts and extroverts. I still get nervous, but I also feel a little bit of excitement. I enjoy having everyone's attention, if I'm prepared.
I get nervous too, very nervous, but I can do it. The key for me is preparation. I need to practice many, many times. I don't like surprises or speaking without a plan. Having good preparation gives me confidence.
Right, so confidence isn't about being an extrovert. Confidence is a skill you can build. For you, it comes from preparation.
Exactly. And I think that's an important message. You can be a quiet person and still be very confident.
Okay, let's talk about working in teams. This is a big one. At my job, I love brainstorming sessions. Everyone throwing out ideas, the energy is amazing.
Oh, brainstorming. For me, it can be a bit difficult. Sometimes the loudest person gets all the attention. I have ideas, but I need time to think about them quietly first. I often have my best ideas after the meeting when I'm alone. Open plan offices can be very distracting for me. I work best when I have a quiet space to focus.
So, a better system might be to discuss a topic and then give everyone a day to think and send their ideas later.
Yes, that would be perfect for introverts. We have a lot to say, but we need the right environment for our communication style. Communication is not just about talking, it's also about listening and thinking.
Let's get personal for a moment. How do you think your personality type affects your romantic relationships? That's a very wise point. Okay, what about something completely different? Traveling alone. Would you do it?
Oh, I would love that. A dream vacation for me would be to go to a quiet city like Kyoto in Japan and just walk around by myself, visit temples, sit in cafes, total freedom.
Wow, I would find that so lonely. I traveled alone once, and by the second day, I was talking to everyone at the hotel, trying to make a group to go out for dinner. I need to share the experience with people.
And that's fine too. It's just different ways of enjoying the world. So, listeners, here's a question for you. What is your dream vacation? A busy city with friends or a quiet place alone? This brings us to the topic of spending time alone. You seem to really enjoy it. I don't just enjoy it, I need it. It's like sleeping or eating. If I don't get enough alone time, I feel stressed and unhappy. It's when I process my thoughts and feelings. It's my time to recharge my energy.
I understand that. I mean, I need some alone time too, but maybe just an hour a day. If I spend the whole day alone, I start to feel really bored and restless. I start calling my friends to see what they're doing.
I could spend a whole weekend alone and be perfectly happy. It's amazing how different we are.
Let's touch on one more thing before we move to a fun game. Online versus real life communication. Do you think introverts prefer texting and extroverts prefer calling?
That's a very modern question. For me, yes, I love texting. It gives me time to think about my reply. A phone call can feel very sudden and demanding. I almost never answer calls from numbers I don't know.
I don't mind the phone call. It's faster. We can solve a problem in 2 minutes on the phone, but it might take 20 text messages. But I do agree, nothing is better than talking to someone face to face. Real life is always best.
And that's okay. We all have our preferences. I think the most important thing is being clear with people. A simple, I'm not great on the phone, can I text you back, works wonders.
I agree with that. Even as an introvert, real connection is important.
That's good advice. It's about respecting each other's communication styles. All right, are you ready for a quick game of Would You Rather?
Let's do it.
Okay, first question. Would you rather attend a giant music concert with 50,000 people or spend a weekend alone in a quiet cabin in the forest?
Easy. Cabin in the forest, no question. What about you?
Concert. The energy of the crowd, singing along with everyone, that sounds amazing.
Okay, next one. Would you rather go to a networking event where you have to meet 50 new people or give a 30-minute presentation to a room of 100 people on a topic you know well?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Most people would hate both. But for me, the networking event, 50 new conversations, that's 50 new opportunities to learn something. The presentation sounds more stressful. You?
Definitely the presentation. It's controlled. I can prepare for it, and it's a one-way conversation. The networking event with all that small talk sounds completely exhausting. It's amazing how we see those two options so differently.
Wow. Okay, last one. Would you rather have a job where you have to talk to new strangers all day, every day, or a job where you work alone in an office and only communicate by email?
Work alone with email, please. Talking to strangers all day sounds like my worst nightmare.
And that sounds like my dream job. Meeting new people every day? Sign me up. Listeners, what about you? Which job would you choose?
This is fun. It really shows how different our ideal worlds are. This brings up an important topic. How can introverts and extroverts work together more effectively and appreciate each other's strengths?
I love that question. Let's talk about it. You go first. From your perspective, what's the best way to work with an introvert like Melody?
Okay, I think the most important thing is to give them space to think. Don't expect an immediate answer to a big question. For example, if you have a new idea, send it in an email before the meeting so the introvert has time to process it. And don't mistake their quietness for a lack of interest. They are probably just thinking deeply.
That's true.
Second, we think before we speak. We process information carefully, which means when we do share an opinion, it's usually well thought out. And finally, because we are comfortable being alone, we are often very independent and creative. Those are excellent points. Okay, my turn. The advantages of being an extrovert. First, we are often very social and find it easy to connect with people, which can be great for making friends and for work.
Mm-hmm.
Second, we are often comfortable in leadership roles. We can energize a team and are not afraid to speak up. And third, we are usually very open to new experiences and love trying new things. We're full of enthusiasm.
It's so interesting to hear the strengths of both sides. It really shows that both personality types have so much to offer.
Exactly. The world needs both. Imagine a world with only extroverts.
Oh my, no one would be listening.
And the world with only introverts?
It would be very quiet. Maybe no parties would ever be planned.
We need each other for balance. That leads to a final big question. Do you think people can change over time? Can a person's personality change?
That's a deep question. My feeling is that your core personality, who you really are, probably doesn't change much. I think I will always be an introvert. It's just how my brain works.
I agree. I'll probably always be an extrovert, but
But?
I think we can grow and learn new skills. For example, an introvert can learn to be a fantastic public speaker. You can learn to be more comfortable in social situations, even if they still take your energy.
Yes, I totally agree. And an extrovert can learn to enjoy quiet time. You can learn the value of listening more and thinking before you speak. It's not about changing who you are, but about adding new skills and finding balance.
Life experiences can also change us. A person who was very shy might become more confident after traveling the world, for example.
That's a great point. So maybe we become more balanced versions of ourselves over time.
I like that. A more balanced version.
So, as we finish up, the most important message is that there is no better personality type. Being an introvert is not better than being an extrovert, and being an extrovert is not better than being an introvert.
Exactly. They're just different ways of being in the world. The best thing you can do is understand your own personality. Know what gives you energy and what takes it away.
When you understand yourself, you can make choices that make you happier. If you're an introvert, maybe you choose to go to the party for just 1 hour. If you're an extrovert feeling down, maybe you need to call a friend.
Be proud of your personality. It gives you unique strengths. Celebrate who you are.
Well said, Alex. We would love to hear from all of our listeners. What did you learn about yourself today? Are you an introvert, an extrovert, or maybe somewhere in the middle?
Let us know in the comments below. We read all of them. And thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Language Flow.
We hope this conversation was helpful for your English listening and also helped you think about yourself. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, everyone.